I can guarantee that within the next 30, even 60 days, if you implement everything that I said, you're going to get results. It's really impossible, right? Right, so let's get it. So the two industries that I'm going to be talking about are videography offers, and I'm going to talk about our video editing offers. Those are the two industries that are the easiest right now to scale, and that become kind of the most profitable ones, and then the ones where, but like, we have more of those two than anything else, right? I kind of just want to talk about kind of why and how that is, and kind of the process of us building those businesses, and kind of break that down for you guys so you guys can get some insights. Okay, so why are videography offers doing so well right now for us? Number one, right? So most of our clients, they scale their businesses without no outbound systems, right? They relied solely on referrals, right? And that's something was like, for me, when I saw it, I was like, damn, your whole business relies on referrals. That can only mean one thing. That can only mean that your service is so good, your service is so amazing that other people love you so much they'll refer other people, right? That's a recipe for a great business. So many people, they struggle to get referrals. Some people, they just focus on getting new clients, getting new clients. You know, I'm gonna get this. But videographers, there's something beautiful about them. It's like, they don't have to do any of that marketing. They don't really have to do anything else. They can generate literally like thousands of pounds a month from just referrals. That's ridiculous, right? But it also highlights a significant gap in the market, right? There's a significant gap in the market with the lack of great videographers. Why is that videographers, businesses, rely so much on referrals? Because there's actually a lack of really good videographers. Because when there's a great videographer that understands the vision, that understands what you want to do, and they work really well with you, it's like you want to keep them close to you. And you recommend them to all of your friends and family and all of your clients and all of your partners, okay? Because if there were a huge supply of great videographers, I don't think a lot of people will get most of their business from referrals. Does that make sense? So when a company or creator finds a great videographer, they stick with them consistently. Because why would you replace somebody who delivers exceptional results, right? It's similar to finding a great barber. Once you found a great barber, you keep going back, even if they increase the prices. The effort and time it takes to find another great barber just aren't worth it. So the same logic applies to this niche, to the videography niche, right? The amount of effort and time it takes to find another great videographer that understands you, most people, it's a waste of time, right? So when you have that great videographer, you want to keep them close to you, okay? But what happens then is videographers face two challenges. They face a challenge of inconsistent income, and they also face that the whole business just end up dying, okay? So when it comes to inconsistent income, all of our clients, not even many, all of our clients, okay, primary bottleneck before working with us was the inability to maintain a consistent income. And this is, I'm talking about videographers only right now, right? They've never had 3 months back to back same revenue level, okay? And why is that? Because they rely so much on referrals, right? Because they're waiting for somebody else to pay them rather than them actually going out there and creating content and doing all the systems and having all the systems dialed in, so that not only are they making money from referrals, but they're also making money from the outbound and inbound systems that we built for them, okay? And then this, not making consistent income just means that you can't invest in ads, because the ads is how you're gonna also multiply your business, right? You can't invest in new team members, which means you now miss out on getting new insights, getting new data, investing in somebody to help you out, investing in another person to help you, like another videographer in another country who can now, become a hub with you and work with you and then just deliver results for you as well. All right, they can't invest on outbound strategies. They can't invest in somebody else to help them do cold email campaigns as well, right? All these kind of systems that I told you are essential to scaling. Okay, so a lot of videography businesses, even though they may make a lot of money, I don't think they are thriving. I honestly think they're just surviving, right? Because thriving means every single month your business is just growing. Surviving just means, okay, you made 10k one month, but the next month you made 3k. You just lost about 70% of your revenue. You can't build a business like that. You can't invest in people like that. What if you had payroll, right? Where are you gonna get the money from? Doesn't make sense. So you can't take as many risks as you want to be. And when you build a business, you have to take a lot of risks, but risks cost money. Where are you going to get that money? Off for having consistent income, right? So our solution, we just dialed in 2 things, right? Branding. We need to we showcase what it's like to work with the videographer, right? So with every single videographer that we worked with, we didn't create highlight reels. We didn't create what we can do for you. We built a system where we portray the value of the impact of hiring us and what would that look like, right? Because there's two spectrum right to this, right? There's literally a shit video, right? And there's a Academy Award video, right? You can tell what is a shit video and you can tell what's an Academy Award video. But in the middle, most people, they can't really tell the difference on the middle scale, all right? It's like, is good and your client will say it's good as long as it's not shit, and as long as it's not an Academy Award video. In the middle, most people can't really tell how to make it better, etc., right? So rather than us saying this is a highlight reel, this is what we can do for you, highlight reels is what every single videographer does, and I think is great, but it's like, that's so old school, right? We want to know what it's like, the impact of what it's like hiring you, because then from then, especially when you're niching down, especially when you're targeted into a single niche and you understand the pain points, you understand where the friction is, you can portray that impact even more clearly, which means now it's much easier to sign new clients, okay? And much easier to create content around as well. And which leads to the next point really well, is retainer agreements, right? We've actually reached out to the current clients. We didn't even do any outbound, to be honest, in the first month. We've just reached out to the current clients and we proposed retainer agreements, right? Instead of being the go-to person for one-time projects, we just upsold the current clientele into a 6-month package, right? Some of them even paid 3 months upfront. We just had a client who basically worked with this company, and it was like a 12-month deal, to be honest with you. It was a 12-month deal, but we negotiated that the first 3 months we wouldn't get the payment up front, and the cash collected I think about 12k, around that, 4 times 2, 8, yeah, about, to be honest with you, it was about £10,000 cash collected, and the rest was just carried on for the whole year, right? With even getting new clients, these are clients so that person already worked with. Do the same thing within your own business. Who can you reach out to in your current clientele that you can upsell to, right, to a 6-month package, right? But this requires measuring the impact of their videography services, right, and presenting a compelling case for consistent collaboration, right? But it also could involve positioning the videographer more of a creative director, elevating the perceived value. Being just a videographer is old school. You want to have that strategy in place. You want to be able to kind of help the business forward, right? We've had a student called Efwa, right? He was a video editor and videographer for, real estate companies, I think it was. And he's now working with this real estate guy, getting paid, I think, about 4k, 5k a month, being a creative director. He literally increased the perceived value instantly, right? Because it's so hard to find a great videographer that can understand the niche. And now because he's in the real estate industry, it's much easier for that person to be referred to other real estate companies, and it becomes a flywheel of literally onto the clients while doing branding as well, right? You'll never ever struggle getting new clients ever again. So you want to kind of also understand that, yeah, how can I upsell the current clients into a package? Okay, but like I said, you can't measure the impacts, the ROI, unless you know the industry, right? So I recommend, if you're a videographer watching this, I highly recommend to niche down a little bit more. Target an industry and be really good at that industry and be known in that industry, because you just working with every single person that pays you is good for the short term. Yeah, you make money, but the reason why you're struggling to make consistent income is because you're reaching out to everybody. You're letting everybody pay you, right? You need to kind of just be abundant and be like, okay, cool. This client that doesn't fit my ideal client profile. I want to work with these type of clients. These type of clients pay me the most, so let me double down on these type of clients. And then just be consistent and create branding and start, doing contracts with these guys. So the second thing, niche that we've seen work really well is the video editing niche, right? The video editing industry right now, I've been in the industry, in this creative industry, for about maybe 3 years, since 2021. Is that 3 years? Maybe it's 3 years, I don't know. But about 2025 actually right now. So about three or so years, right? And the video editing industry, I remember I used to kind of sell programs teaching video editing 2 years ago. And it was so kind of undersaturated. That's why we're just onboarding so many people at a crazy rate, right? But now I'm seeing so many more courses about video editing. YouTube videos about video editing are gaining massive traction. For example, video editing YouTube videos that are 2 years old, they are literally, getting more views than ever, right? So they're gaining massive traction. And what that means is there's a demand for that, right? On the client side, there's an increased demand for skilled editors. Remember, the important word is skilled. Let me actually highlight this. There's an increased demand for skilled editors. And I don't mean just video editors that are kind of everywhere in this video editors that is on Instagram. I mean skilled video editors that have amazing skills, that tap into that creative role, that, are niche down. Those are editors that really get paid a lot more money, right? The editors that are struggling right now are the ones that just target everybody and just do one-time projects here and there, right? So this growth is the best thing to ever happen and it's the worst thing to ever happen, right? And like I said, it's a double-edged sword, right? The rise in demand for high-quality editors is a huge opportunity, right? But what that means is the influx of new editors into the market also increases competition, right? So what happens is, let me just give you guys a scenario. Now that everybody's looking for editors, right? There's so many of these beginner video editors, right? They may sign a client, promise them the world, right? They don't fulfill that service delivery. They don't fulfill their promise to the client. What happens now? The client turns sour. The client doesn't really like the whole video editing, and now they're scarred. I've seen this happen to me. I've seen this happen to other people. So now selling to the same client, to the same person, has just now become harder, right? Which is great if you have the branding in place and you have the niche down in place and you're really skilled, right? You're basically kind of fucked if you're not skilled, you don't have a brand, and you're not niche down. You'll not be able to sell to the same client who got burned. The person who can sell to that client, which can now, by the way, charge a premium and charge a lot higher because demand, so there's not much supply of great editors, which means now you can charge a premium when somebody kind of wants you, right? And charge a premium, especially when you're good, okay? So it's a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing if you're skilled and really good. It's a bad thing if you haven't got social media branding, if you haven't got no social proof, if you haven't got any case studies, right? So I will highly recommend, if you haven't got that, dial in into that now. Don't focus on getting clients, dial in into your branding, dial in on your offer, dial in your niche, and then focus on getting new clients, right? Everyone has to be in different seasons. You can't be in cash collecting season the whole month. It's impossible, right? You need to be maybe in your skill season. Let's actually upskill ourselves and then get clients, right? And that collecting season will make up for all the time that you didn't cash collect it and get new clients. But does that make sense? Type shit, right? So personally, I've tried almost 15 video editors, okay, before finally finding a good one, right? The person who's I finally found is actually the person editing this video right now, right? So once I found him, I immediately decided to stick with him. Like, I even hired him full time now, right? And the video that we're watching right now is actually edited by him, right? This shows the immense value of finding and retaining a reliable editor, right? Great editors are hard to come by, which is a great thing for people that are really good at what they do, which means they can charge a premium. And you're basically ruined your business. You're basically ruined if you're not great at what you're doing, if you haven't got any branding. Okay, so these are 3 things that kind of we do straight away when it comes to us getting video editors. So first, about niche down. In today's market, in the video editing niche, you can't afford to avoid niching down. Specialize in a specific industry and become an expert in what works and what doesn't, right? This may not be the fastest route to success. This wouldn't get you to that level of revenue level in 30 days, right? But it is the most sustainable and scalable, especially for solo editors or people that have like a 1 or 2 team, right? Like I said, this isn't the most fastest way to grow, but it is definitely the most rewarding. You will make a lot more money in a year than you would in the first 3 months, okay? And be clear about the ROI, return of investment. Providing an editing solution, providing editing without clearly communicating the results you deliver will limit your opportunities, right? To work with higher paying clients, you must explicitly state the ROI your work will bring, right? When selling your offer, emphasize the impact, the measurable impact your services have on their business. Selling video editing services by themselves is really hard to do, especially when you want to charge a lot of money, because you can't really put an ROI into that as such, right? Especially when it comes, companies, they spend money to make money, right? So they need to be seen as like, if I do this, then I make money. Okay, so think about ways on how you can properly communicate that value to them. Be like, listen, if you hire me, this is the ROI you're gonna get right now. Either by saving more time to help them, so they can build a business. Either by getting them leads. Either by and doing XYZ with whatever KPI, whatever desired state your industry wants to be in. Every single industry has different KPIs. Every single industry has different ideal results, right? So I can't give you guys every single result essentially. So, and a long-term collaboration. Aim to establish ongoing relationships with clients by showcasing reliability, quality, and results. Service delivery. Service delivery has to be on point. If its service delivery isn't on point, you're gonna F up every single client you have, especially if you have branding, even if you have branding, even if you have your offer in place, right? And this will not only ensure steady income, but also make scaling more achievable. Alright, so yeah, those are kind of the insights that I've kind of gathered from working with all of our clients. I feel like building a business, especially in the video editing niche and in the videography niche, is the easiest that it has ever been, especially in 2025. It's the easiest that it has ever been. So I'll definitely double down on what I covered in this video, and then I can guarantee that within the next 30, even 60 days, if you implement everything that I said, you're going to get results. It's really impossible, right? And like usual, there's worksheets down below. I'm going to provide this doc down in the worksheet, so you guys can like take notes, add notes, whatever. Just make sure you duplicate it, and then that's really it. But yeah, just click the subscribe button. Hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, let's cook. Let's keep cooking.